I don't know how well this live broadcast is going to work. Could be a little bit sketchy because we are live. I am riding alongside the riverfront here. I'm actually on mainland Florida right now. Typically along the east coast and even the west coast of Florida, they have a road that runs right alongside the river. Hey Claire, good to see you on here. I don't know if you can see I don't know how well you guys can hear me and how good the images are or not, but this is what it looks like right now in Florida, in central Florida, as Hurricane Nicole prepares to hit. Actually, right now, the hurricane is actually a tropical storm. It's going over the Bahamas. It's expected to be a Category 1 hurricane when it hits Florida later tonight. They're projecting the landfall to be around Port St. Lucie area, where I used to live. I'm north of there in Brevard County. This road right here is a river road. It runs like parallel to Highway US 1 up and down the coast of Florida. And what you're looking at, that water, is not the ocean, that is the river. I think this one is the Banana River, if I'm not mistaken. It could be the Indian River. I always get the Banana River and the Indian River mixed up. There's two rivers here because in the middle of that river is an island called Merritt Island. We're gonna take a ride. I think we're gonna go all the way to Merritt Island, just to show you what it looks like right now as we prepare for the landfall of Hurricane Nicole. But this area here, unless the hurricane changes tracks, we're north of where it's supposed to make landfall. But you can see I don't know if you can see here, but the trees are blowing. Not too bad right now. I would think I think the speed of the wind right now is probably in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range. I'm gonna try to take us where we can look at the water and see the effects. And I don't know if I want to go to the beach side, because going beach side means I have to cross the causeway. I don't know if you know the causeways are those giant bridges that connect the mainland to the barrier islands. The barrier islands are like a strip of islands, small little islands that are along the entire coast of Florida. Well, most of the coast of Florida. So look at that squirrel. I don't know if you see that squirrel in the road. See him? See that little squirrel right there? It's right over there. I don't know if I can zoom in there. There's a little squirrel there racing the hurricane. But let me try to zoom out. Zoom back in. I'm having a hard time here zooming. Luckily, there's no other cars on this road, so I'm not holding him up. But that squirrel, I don't know what he's doing, but he's running along the road. I hope he doesn't turn and run under my car. He's going up that tree right there, that big tree. I think he's freaking out. Squirrel right here. He's looking at the car. He's probably scared. Because the winds are picking up, and it'll get worse tonight. So you can see this is the river, and it's really not too bad right now, honestly. There's some, you can see the waves in the river, but it's not like huge. I've seen worse where the waves from the river would actually hit and spill out over this road right here, all over this road. So, it's been worse before. The interesting thing about these houses here, a lot of these houses here are really expensive. They're riverfront homes, but a lot of them don't have people living in them. I think the rich people, they buy these houses to hold their money. Oh, there's somebody there on their balcony. Older guy there on his balcony coming out to take a look at the hurricane. Well, like I said, it's not a hurricane right now. As of right now, it's still a tropical storm, and we've had like bands of the rain coming in and hitting It'll rain and then it'll stop, and then it'll rain and it'll stop as those arm bands start coming through. This spot right here, you can see how low the water is right here. See how it's starting to hit and come over? I suspect that when the hurricane makes landfall in around the Port St. Lucie area, there's going to be a surge, and this whole area is going to be underwater. It's probably gonna flood over. You can see it's starting to hit. Now they actually let us out of work early today. I got out at like 10:30, so we had to go secure the facility for the hurricane, and then they let us home. So I kind of secured my house. Not really much to do other than unplug electrical stuff for the shed just in case, and try to keep stuff from flying around. But other than that, it's kind of a waiting game as of this point. The hurricane we're probably not going to really feel the effects here on the Space Coast until late in the night. Hopefully I'll be sound asleep, but I don't know. I might be up all night hearing all the noises and the winds. You can see a lot of palm fronds have blown down all over the road. So I suspect by tomorrow there's going to be a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of downed palm fronds. Hopefully not much more than that. When Ian came through, oh man, look at that boat. There's a boat out there that's like tilted. I don't know if it's crashed or what. I'm going to try to get a picture of it for you guys. Move this here. There's a boat out there that is like, I don't know if it's already crashed. See it? That doesn't look like it's floating. So it's probably going to be underwater tomorrow. Because it doesn't look like it already looks like it's tilted sideways, like it's not even really floating. So I don't know what's going on with that boat. Here comes somebody's car here. As long as I don't have anybody behind me, I'm okay. So I don't know if that's somebody else taking a look or somebody heading home. I think it had a little kid's head sticking out, so I'm assuming they're just checking out the get the camera mount here. They're just checking out the river here, like I am. Like I said, most of these homes here on the riverfront, a lot of people don't actually live in them. They're just like, well, the ones that we're in right now, I do see people living in them, but some of the bigger mansions, I don't think the people live here. They kind of buy it, and that's where they put their money. So we're gonna try to go over to, I don't know if we're gonna go to Merritt Island or not. I'm a little weary of driving on the causeway because it goes up like, I don't know, maybe as high as 100 feet in the air. 50 to 100 feet, I don't know. But that doesn't sound bad, but if you see what the winds are doing, it's like gusts that could blow your car off the bridge. So, crossing over that causeway is kind of scary during windy times, but during a hurricane, when the gusts can switch, and kind of move real fast, it's scary. So I see somebody there putting bricks and stuff down. They were laying stones, I guess, to try to keep the bank from washing away. Maybe I'm going too fast. I'm doing about 15 miles per hour right now. Maybe I'll slow down a little bit so you guys can see, get a better view. As long as there's no cars behind me. So we'll do 10 miles an hour. And hopefully, somebody's coming behind me. I'm gonna have to move. And there's like no exit here. Maybe they'll pass me. I'll let them pass me. I'll let these people go by me because they're in a rush. Maybe rushing home to secure the house or something. By the way, if you're in Florida or along the path, some suggestions for what you can do while you still have time, while you still have electricity. You might want to cook up food, cook up some meats and some other food that'll last a day if you lose power. I cooked up two steaks, and I ate one already. I got another one that I've saved. I'm debating when I get home if I want to cook up some more steaks. Just in case the power goes out. So you can at least have some decent food instead of eating like sandwiches or something. You can eat, steak or something. I might try to go by Aldi's if they're still open. I don't know if they are or not, but I suspect they're all closed by now. To try to pick up some salad, but I saw on Facebook the other day that there's like iceberg lettuce shortage. Here you can see the water is blowing up over the road. So when the hurricane hits, this area is going to be underwater. Right here, this is a really low point. It's probably less than a foot above water level. So you can see the water spray is already blowing up onto the road here. By tonight, when the storm really kicks in, get the camera here, so you can see how bad it really looks. But by tonight, this area is going to be underwater. I'm going to try to roll down the window so you can hear the wind. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like. I guess that tree used to be standing. You see, those are roots. So that tree is already washed down, and that other tree right there, that was a palm tree that's lost all its palm. It blew down. Probably not from this hurricane, but possibly from Ian. Of course, me being here might not be too smart because these trees could end up falling on me. And there's a power line here. So I don't think I'm going to stay here too long. But I'm going to go ahead and put everything back up and continue the drive. Yeah, there's a car coming behind me. Gonna have to let them pass. I'll let the car pass me, but I gotta find a spot where I can pull over and let them pass. And I don't want to get stuck. This dirt here is kind of like mud because of all that water that's blown up. I'm gonna pull over here in this spot and let them pass me here. There's a little driveway, so I'll let that other truck, whatever, pass me. That way, I'm not pissing people off. You can see how fast the wind is blowing by that flag over there. That U.S. flag that's kind of just... It looks like it's shredded. Yeah, it looks like the tips of it have ripped off. That flag is broken. Yeah. I think the edges, the edges of the flag are all raggedy. It's all ripped out. I'm thinking these people might be cruising just to check out the area. Somebody out here enjoying the wind. I wonder how many of these trees are gonna fall. But you know these palm trees, they withstood a lot of hurricanes before. We haven't had really a direct hit. Not in this area, I don't think. Then Katrina, I think Katrina came through here. Francis, it all like came through here, but it wasn't like wow, look at the water hitting. The water's just coming right over the road. Would not want to be driving out here at night. This is where, you're driving along and the road's not there. It's like completely washed out, because the water's coming right up to the road. Now keep in mind, this is the river. This is not the ocean. The ocean, I suspect, is even worse. What was that hurricane? I forget, a couple years back when I was living in the van. It washed out a segment of A1A at Daytona Beach, up near Daytona Beach area. It took the road out, and I think a whole bunch of houses with it. They had those beachfront homes on stilts and stuff. It took those out, and it took the road out. So if you're trying to drive, especially at night on one of these little side roads, probably super dangerous because you don't know if the road's there or not. I don't know how these people can live right like this with the water. I mean, look at the water. Their house is literally, their house, somebody put barricades up to try to block the water. I don't know how well those work, but I'll try to show you. They have some kind of yellow barricade thing. I guess that's supposed to hold the water back. But you can see we are like probably 1 foot or less above water level. So all these people here with their houses here, and their houses are probably raised maybe about 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet or less above the water level. So when you get these surges, it's probably going to flood their houses. But with a Category 1, maybe not. You know, we've hit, I think the biggest that it hit this area, semi hit it, was like a Category 3. But we never had anything major. And this storm, being a Category 1, most of the people here, they're kind of used to it, the ones who have lived here. So I don't think people are panicking or anything over a Category 1. But I know, you know, with what happened with Ian on the West Coast, everybody's taking the hurricane a lot more seriously now. You know, when Hurricane Ian hit, it didn't hit quite where they predicted, where they said it would hit. So certain areas were not evacuated, and that was bad. That ended up being the area where it hit and decimated everything. And, you know, a lot of people died. So this time when they issued the warning, I think they put it up along the entire coast, entire east coast of Florida, and I think parts of West Coast. And the action was that it was going to go up, I think, a little bit higher, a little bit more north. But now they're saying they're going to make landfall at Port St. Lucie. That's where I used to live. So if it makes landfall there, you know, that's going to be like one of the worst areas. But where I am is on that upper northeast quadrant, which is probably going to be pretty bad. I'm hoping that, you know, the storm kind of moves fairly fast so that it's out of here. And it looks like, you know, they're projecting it to totally pass through the area by, you know, tonight and tomorrow. So when it makes landfall later tonight in Port St. Lucie area, it's supposed to continue on a northwest trajectory towards Tampa, basically. You know, and it's supposed to be done by Friday. So the event will be done by Friday, and if I get a chance, I'll try to get some more video to let people see what happened in this area. Maybe I'll try to do a ride down this river, the same road, so that we can compare and see. Just assuming it's safe, but if the road is open and I'll assume it's safe, I'll try to do a ride maybe on Friday, possibly Thursday, because it's supposed to pass by Thursday. So maybe if I can, I'll try to do it on Thursday afternoon or something, just we can compare and see what it did in this area. All these palm trees with no leaves on them, or hardly any leaves, probably because of Ian. You know, here's where the water has flooded. You can see the road ahead has had water blown all the way up on it. I don't know. I think someone's pulling I think is that the news, or is that that's power company? I'm gonna leave room for them to go. Yeah, it's power people getting ready to handle. Look at this area here, man. This is at water level. It's like window doesn't open. That's one of the causeways right there. I think that's the 528 causeway. I don't know if you can hear the water splashing and hitting. And the storm's not even here yet. It's not even at hurricane grade. Right now, like I said, this is probably 30 miles per hour wind or so. by tonight it's going to hit probably at least 75, 70, 75 or more. So I suspect this whole road's probably going to be underwater. Whether or not it washes out, don't know. But that's what it's looking like right now along the, I think it's the Indian River. I think this side is the Indian River, and I think the other side is the Banana River. There's like two rivers, because that land that you see over there where that bridge connects to, that is Merritt Island. That's not the Barrier Islands. So this river is huge. I don't know if you can see little cars running along the river there. So they are heading over to Merritt Island, and then there's another bridge that connects Merritt Island to A1A. When I come back, I don't think I'm going to come back on this road, because you can see it's already blowing over, and when I turn around to come back, it may be underwater. So, because the storm's picking up, and it looks like some power cables or stuff is hanging loose, so that's obviously not safe. If you start hearing electrical frying, it's probably me cooking. Yeah, because there's power cables here. They could fall down, and if you're under it, well, it's probably game over. So somebody else here driving, they're probably heading home or something, because it looks like they're not going slow. Not comes another car here at this intersection, so we'll wait for them. Oh man, you can really hear the wind here. I don't know if you can feel my car being shaken. The car literally is rocking because the wind gust is hitting it. And I can only imagine if you were in a van, like a panel van or something like that, it would really want to tip you over. But here the road is flooded. Half of the road is underwater. So I think this is like the lowest point of the river around this area. And obviously we're starting to get some rain. Or, yeah, I think it's getting rain because visibility. That bridge, I don't know if you can see, the bridge is invisible now. Most of it's like hard to see. The bridge that we were looking at over there, it's visibility is dropping really fast. So you can see there's a power cable that's loose or tied down, and it's really picking up. And the sign there looks like it's about to fly. The speed limit sign there. So it's probably time for me to get the heck out of the river. Because I suspect it's going to quickly get worse. So might be the end of our little tour. I don't think I want to go to the beach side, just because look at this shit. Stuff's flying. Things are flying. So I'm probably going to finish the loop and head back to my house and lock myself in. Maybe when I was younger, I might have gone all the way to the beach, but now that I'm older, I've seen that I'm not immortal. As you get older, you realize you are not immortal. So you tend to not want to take chances too, I think me coming out here was taking a chance because of the power lines and potential. See the trees rocking there? These big, tall, they can fall on you. So, and they do fall during storms. So we're going to go under the bridge. This is, the bridge we're going under is State Road 528. This connects mainland to Merritt Island. And then there's another bridge that connects from Merritt Island. There's a guy with some dogs out here for a walk. He's walking his dog in the storm. Pre-storm. So where we're at now, it's higher grounds. We're actually on a little hill. So you can see, I don't know if you can see the water there. We're now probably about 15, 20 feet up from where we were, even with the water. So we're going upland. Probably these houses will do a little bit better in the sense that water's not going to be washing up into their house. But the wind has definitely picked up since we started the ride. There are actually people out here walking. They're walking. I don't know what they're doing. If they're just walking for exercise. They're wearing shorts, so I'm assuming they're just out for a walk in the hurricane. Well, in the tropical storm, because it's not yet a hurricane for us. Although I think when it hit the Bahamas, it became a hurricane, and then it slowed back down to tropical storm status, and then continue on to Florida. And when it hit Florida, it's back to hurricane status. And then as it starts to travel across land, across the state of Florida, it'll start to lose power and go back down to tropical storm status. So. I noticed a lot of people didn't even bother putting up hurricane shutters or anything. When I first moved to Florida, and we had the house and stuff, when they said there was a hurricane coming, we boarded up the windows. Look at all these mansions here, and they don't bother. They don't bother putting anything on the windows or anything. It's all like just normal. It's like nobody has hurricane shutters up. Everybody's just treating this like a normal day. Or it could be that those people aren't here. Like I said, half these houses, the expensive houses here, they don't have anybody living in them. People are buying these houses and just holding their money in it. You got houses that they built right over the water like this. I don't know if you'd call it a house or a little mansion, it's got a lot of rooms. It's not the biggest houses around here, but fairly large size houses. Here you can see, I don't know what that is. It's blowing across the road. It looks like a husk or whatever from palm tree. So look at that. People got to go down. You got to go down this big, huge hill to get to their house. But yeah, it's pretty rough, and getting worse by the minute. I suspect that within an hour or two, it'll be bad. Yeah, you can see the houses look. Nobody's got any. Nobody put up any hurricane. Wow, there's a hurricane shutter. This house here has hurricane shutters. See those metal things on the windows? Those are the shutters. So somebody did take precautions, but the majority of the houses you can see, no precaution. I mean, other than maybe moving the garbage can towards the house, not having it out on the street. Nobody else seems to be covering the windows or doing anything. Probably because they're used to it. This area, we always have hurricanes come through, and along the Space Coast, I think we've been very fortunate. Well, like I said, the worst one was, I think, when they had Francis and Katrina, and there was like 3 hurricanes in a row came through, and it didn't do too much damage here. I've been here. I've been living here since 1985. Of course, some of that, I spent in the military and was out of the state. But since 1985, this area hasn't really, we've been hit by a couple hurricanes. Oh man. It looks like they got the road blocked. The road's missing. So, I don't know if the road is... Yeah, they got that big-ass truck. I don't know if you can see that. So guess what? We're going to turn around and get the heck out another way. They got me blocked off. Non-potable water. The road's missing there or something. So, might have been from Ian. I don't know. The interesting thing was there was no warning signs or anything about the road being out, but yet there we have it. There's some kind of construction going on with the road, and I suspect that when they come back tomorrow, that part they dug up is going to be missing. Water will probably blow it all out because they took the pavement off, which leaves nothing but the sand and stuff. I don't know if I can get out this way. I'm gonna try. So let's go for a ride through a nice neighborhood. I'm gonna try to get out of here. This is getting lost with Denoy during the hurricane. So you can see these are some nice houses. Question is, how do I get out of here? It's a circle drive. Usually circle goes in a circle. So I'm going to turn this way and hope that there's a way out of here. It says no parking. Looking to see if it says no outlet. If it says no outlet, we got to go all the way back out to the river. I'm trying to get back to US 1. If we had followed that other road, it normally would go to US 1. But it looks like, I don't know if I can go this way. I'm going to go this way. We're trying to get back. I think that's US 1 up ahead. So, question now, do I head home or do I continue? Let's see what you guys want me to do. Let me know if you think I should continue to drive. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Joe wants to know where I am. I'm actually in Brevard County, which is the East Coast, near where they launched the spaceships. We're on the Space Coast. This is Brevard County, Florida. I'm going to read your comments here and see if I should head home. Elaine says they got $30,000 hurricane windows. Their windows cost more than my house. All right. So, do you guys want me to try to go somewhere and take another look? Maybe we'll go down to Cocoa. I don't think I'm going to cross the I don't want to cross the causeway because I don't want to get blown off. I don't want to get blown into the river. But we're going to try to go to Cocoa, maybe downtown Cocoa a little bit, just to look at that area and then head back home. So we'll try to do that. Meanwhile, you guys can watch the traffic and see people. I don't know if they're rushing to get home or what's going on or panicking. A lot of times when we have new people come to Florida, and if it's their first hurricane, they tend to panic. But the people who have lived here a while, it becomes kind of a routine, which can be kind of bad. That's what happened with. That's why I think a lot of people didn't leave when they were told, to evacuate. They thought it would be no big deal, but it ended up being a very big deal. As far as I know, there's no evacuation mainland. I'm not on the Barrier Islands. The Barrier Islands is where the storm surges could end up coming over the roads and actually washing away the whole houses and the streets. So, Barrier Islands is where a lot of the people, perished. It's because they were underwater, completely underwater. And then the bridge, the causeway, actually fell apart during the hurricane. That was on Ian on the west coast. So then they were stuck there. So the only way they could be rescued really was by helicopter, or if they could get a boat out there, to try to get those people out. And of course, a lot of times when the people stay, they're generally older people. So they may have medical issues and things like that make it hard for them to move and get out. But, I've seen evacuations before where it's really a disaster. It's like during that one big hurricane, they evacuated pretty much the entire state of Florida. And so you had all these old people, that couldn't even walk and stuff being evacuated. And then they got stuck on I-95 and I-4. There was a jam. So people are caught out there in a hurricane. They're stuck out on the interstate during a hurricane, not able to move. That's even more dangerous. And then the hurricane didn't hit the area that they evacuated. They would have been safer staying home. And you don't know how many people die during evacuations. It's not like evacuations doesn't guarantee safety, especially if you are ill, and you like need oxygen, you need medicines, you need all these things if you're elderly or you have medical issues. And when they try to evacuate you, things can go bad. You could end up not getting your medication. You could get in an accident. You could get stuck out on the interstate. So a lot of people who have evacuated in the past, when they get an evacuation order, they generally won't evacuate. But I don't know if that's true anymore after what happened with Ian, because Ian shocked everybody. It literally, was a disaster. And like I said, I think since that hurricane, and that was just the last one that hit this area. That was just about a month ago. People are taking it a little bit more seriously. Now, I see not many cars out on the road, which means everyone is staying home. At this point, they're all going home and going in. So it's telling me I'm probably one of the dumb ones right now. I probably need to turn around and head home. Because, now that we're getting towards the city side, towards Cocoa, there's a little bit more cars. But I'm just going to quickly go down to take a look at Cocoa Village around that area, and then I'm going to head home. Because I can see that there's not many cars here, which means people are taking it serious, because the storm is making landfall here soon. And when it does, we're going to feel the full force, which is going to be, probably... I don't know how fast the wind will be in this area, because we're not on the eye, but we're on the outer arm. So, but like I said, right now it's 30-40 miles per hour gusts, which we've had before. But when the hurricane hits, it's probably more. Probably to be classified as a hurricane, the wind has to be hitting 75 miles per hour, I think. But we're on the outer arm, so I don't know if that's going to be stronger or weaker. So we're heading right now, for those of you who are just tuning in, we're heading into downtown Cocoa Village, which is really not much of a downtown. It's Cocoa Village, if you're familiar with this area. It's historic Cocoa Village, right there, that sign. It's actually a pretty rinky-dink town. It's considered a city, but these are the buildings. The tallest buildings, I think, in this area are like the condos. And there's only a couple of those condos. It's not like Miami or something where, you got a corridor of condos that are skyscrapers. These aren't like that. These are little dinky. I think the condos are about 3, 4, 5 stories high, no higher than that. So we're just going to come by here because I'm not going over that bridge. Those people going bridge, I hope they're going home. I hope they're not just going to sightsee, because, well, to each his own. I'm not going to tell other people what to do, but, it's pushing on danger. I won't go just because I know of the wind gusts. This is there's Cocoa Fire Rescue. I don't know if he's looking. I thought he was gonna stop and tell me to turn around and go home. Say, you should not be sightseeing right now. You should be going home and making sure your house is secured. So this park has special meaning for me. For those of you who recall, when I was living in my van, it's one of the first places I camped out at was this park right here by the bridge. I slept here a couple times. You can see some people in sailboats are planning on, I hope they're not on the boats, but if they're on the sailboats, they're going to try to ride out the hurricane sailboats. We always see after a hurricane comes through, a bunch of sailboats that have washed up on shore. I guess the anchor line or something breaks, and then they get thrown out to the riverbank, or sometimes they flip over and go upside down. So there's a couple sailboats out there. Looks like somebody living in a van over here, planning on spending the night. I don't know if they're going to spend the night, but they are parked here. I think the bathrooms here may be locked, which I think is stupid. They should open them up, but they lock them up to keep the homeless people from using them. I'm like, dude, so you want the homeless people crapping all over the sidewalks? Let them use the bathroom. You know, why lock up a bathroom? I think I'll park here a little bit just to get out and talk, walk and talk a little bit since we're here. But there is a van out there. Somebody in a camper van. All right, let's get this shut down, and we're gonna go for a little walk. Just a tiny little walk. I do have my little mount. I was gonna mount that on, but I think I'm just gonna hand hold it, because trying to mount it might be a pain. All right, a couple other people coming out to sightsee. The squirrels chasing each other and going nuts. See the little squirrels there? I don't know if they're scared or if they were chasing each other. But there are a couple of people here. There is a van, camper van there. Somebody living in their van, riding up the hurricane over here. So this is, I think officially you're not supposed to stay overnight. But I think if you do it like real quick, you might not get caught. I stayed overnight here like once or twice, and nobody hassled me. And if they did, I'd just, you know, it'd be a cop hassling you. And if it was a cop, I'd just say, do you know where I can park overnight? I'm homeless. So, you can see the squirrels are going crazy. We are going under the bridge and looking at the water. I hope you guys can hear me. It is very windy. Very, very windy right now. See, the waves are picking up. Used to homeless people camping out under there, under the bridges, but they're not doing that anymore. Nicole wants to know if it's free parking. Yes. For the most part, in Florida, most parks and stuff have free parking. South Florida, certain parks, they do charge money. But in most areas in Florida, parks are free. And beach access is usually free. Although lately, in this area, Cocoa Beach, they now have certain areas that are designated parking where you have to pay for parking. But if you know the area, they have free parking. The locals usually know where to park for free. See there might be a homeless person. But I always feel so sad for people who are homeless, because during times like this, you really, oh man, this wind is so strong. I know it's not showing you, but it's literally pushing me back. The wind, I can really feel how strong that wind is right here. And this is not even the beach side. This is the river side. Beach side would be much worse. You can see the water is already coming over. So that is the seawall, but the water is only like 1 foot below the seawall right now. It's coming in waves and literally just breaking over. So this is crazy. I actually heard some seagulls, so there's still birds flying around, which is kind of crazy. You would think the birds would evacuate. But they're still acting like nothing's going on. The birds are acting like nothing's going on. The squirrels are running around playing. Meanwhile, water is coming over the seawall and blowing at me and feeling really cold. might be interesting to see if anybody's filming from the beach side, what it looks like there. The reason it's not as strong here is because of the island. That island right there is Merritt Island, which would slow down. Shit! I don't know if you just saw that water, but it is flowing all the way out there to the sidewalk area where I am. And I am cold. The temperature is dropping really rapidly. I think that's the one thing I've noticed about hurricanes is they actually bring really cold air. I'm struggling because I'm wet. I'm wet now. And it's cold. The water's cold, the air is cold. And it is just picking up. I guess those two are just out here to check it out too, but I don't think video captures how strong this wind really is. I don't think it's as strong as sometimes the media make it out to be, where, you know, they pretty much show themselves almost like being blown away. But, well, it is blowing me away. I'm being blown away. I am being blown away by the wind. Jeez! Water is blowing all over me. It's definitely picking up. Yeah, the squirrels are still running around. That was on the north. That was, see, the trees and the bridge is blocking the wind now, so it's not as bad over here. But that's what I was talking about with the Merritt Island blocking the wind. So what we're getting is what's past, you know, been slowed down by the island, and then hitting here, and it's still pretty strong. So I can imagine the coast, the beach coast, where it's hitting is probably extremely strong. That van's probably in a pretty good position because they got the bridge here, the banked wall is blocking a lot of the wind. I think they got their door open or something. Get some air circulation. One thing's for sure, you wouldn't need air conditioning right now if you were living in your van. The temperature is dropping really quickly. Oh, see, look, barriers. I wonder if they open the bathrooms. Okay, they have the times they're open at. This is Lee Winter Park. They open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. They do not leave it past 2 p.m., which to me, because they don't want people staying here overnight, that means they're it's open. This is the women's room, and it's open, so I don't know. It's past 2 p.m. and it's open. Yeah, the men's is open too. I don't want to go in there. It looks like water or worse. It's leaking. So it is open. It says it's locked, but it's open. So, you know, oh, dolphins. Let's go look at the dolphins. Did you see the dolphin out there that was going up and down? See, look, there's a bunch of dolphins right here. I don't know how dolphins handle hurricanes. I can imagine the water, you know, is going crazy where they are right now, under the water. See the dolphins out there? I'm gonna try to zoom in if I can. You see the little bumps that come up? You see when they come up again. Right there, there's a little dolphin. Like right in the center area. There, see them? There's like I think three, maybe 4 dolphins out there right now. So I'm happy to see the dolphins because I thought they all died off when this river got polluted. You know, the plants were dying, the algae growth, and what they were doing was like it didn't have enough oxygen. Look, there's more dolphins here. I think all the dolphins are coming to this spot maybe for safety. They might be coming here because it's kind of like calmer right at this spot. See, this is the same water, you know, on the other side. Remember, it was coming up and hitting and going over the sea wall. But look how calm it is here. Super, super calm right here. Look, there's a dolphin's tail. So all the dolphins are like, screw this. We're going to go to the calmer side. See, they're all just chilling. There's a whole bunch of them. I thought 3, but now I know there's more than 3. I'm guessing at least 5, maybe 7 dolphins. And they're going up and down. Sometimes you can see their tail coming up, so they're doing flips and stuff. See one right there? I might go up and see if he sees me. You know, the dolphins are kind of friendly. They kind of come up to you sometimes. I would not do this on the other side with the seawall and the water blowing, but look, here they come. They see me. See the dolphins here? I'm going to try to go here without going in. Hopefully I don't go in the water here. But if the dolphins see you, sometimes they'll come up. They come up to say hi. Look at that. There's like a whole bunch of them. Hi, Janet. Everything's good on this end? Just thought I'd get out. I hadn't been out in so long. Thought you guys might want to see what it looks like pre-hurricane landfall. But we're out here with the dolphins. They found the dolphins found the spot that is calm. So the bridges and this little cove area here is kind of calm for now. And it's where the dolphins are hanging out. But the water is so murky you can't see in it. It's really quite a contrast. Look at that. There's a dolphin in there again. See him? It's quite a contrast from the other side, where it's weird because on this side I can still feel the wind, but it's not strong like on the other side. It literally was blowing me. It was blowing me down. It was like pushing me like I was on ice skates or something, or rollerblades or something. It was pushing me. But on this side, you know, I can feel the wind blowing, but it's not pushing me down. You guys see the dolphins? Well, there's like a whole bunch of them. And I'm so happy to see them because it means they're not all dead. You know, when the water got polluted, there was a bunch of fish that washed up, and they saw some manatees wash up and some dolphins. I'm praying that all the manatees, well, I know some of them died, a whole bunch of them died, but I'm praying that enough of them are around that they're still able to not be wiped out. But they are all over the place, just going up and down in the water. I haven't seen this many dolphins in one spot. I guess maybe they're all coming here. It's like, you know, they travel in a group. I don't know, is it called a pod? There's another one over there. There's a whole bunch of them. And there's another one right there. There's 2 over there, 1 right there. There's another one right over there. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign out and head back and double check to make sure my house is secure. Just thought I'd give you guys a look at the area and what it looks like here on the Space Coast. There is a duck or whatever, a bird sitting there in the water. Some of the animals, I think it's for them, it's just like a regular day. But for the humans, it is not a regular day. It is hurricane. We'll try to do a follow-up video if I get the opportunity on Thursday, maybe Friday. Thursday would probably be better because that's the day right after, but it might be too dangerous. You know, there might be down power lines, roads washed out. So I'll see what it looks like, and if it's not too bad, I'll try to do the same trip or a similar trip so we can compare what it looked like before the landfall and after the landfall. Until next time, everyone, I hope you're staying safe wherever you are. If you have the opportunity right now, you want to make sure you get plenty of water, bottled water handy, even tap water. Set aside water, because you know, if all that stuff goes down, you won't have water. And if you have food, while you have electricity, you might want to cook some of that food so that you have some food to eat I just see a spark? I thought I just saw a spark. I saw a spark. Like an electrical spark right there to the bridge. The car's light. But you can see on this side, it's totally crazy. Water's hitting me in the car right now. It's totally crazy on this side. But on the other side where the dolphins were smart enough to hide, it's not too bad. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. This is Denoy. Signing out from the Space Coast of Florida as Hurricane Nicole prepares to make landfall. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. God bless you all. Bye-bye now.